Relieve, Respond, Revive. WSFL-TV presents The Rebound, South Florida.
1 week later and they're not letting us in.
Right now on The Rebound, South Florida, fighting to reunite. 1 week after the governor gave them the green light, several long-term care facilities are still not allowing visitors. We talked to the woman once again leading the charge for families all over the state. Were they paid too much?
You guys are just dispensing money out, not knowing who you're dispensing money to.
The state now going after people who are overpaid in unemployment benefits, while a local state senator says this isn't the time to be telling people to settle up. Improving attention spans, how a new gaming system could give parents hope. The Rebound South Florida starts right now.
Angry, disappointed, and now demanding answers. That's how thousands of Florida families are feeling right now, 1 week after Governor DeSantis lifted visiting restrictions on long-term care centers.
They're not letting us in. 1 week later and they're not letting us in.
Mary Daniel is on a mission to reunite other families.
And I'm telling them, do not let them get away with this. You cannot let them just manipulate you so that they're not going to follow the governor's orders.
Daniel first made headlines months ago when she took a job as a dishwasher just to see her husband in his facility. But 1 week after Florida's governor signed an order ending the 6-month lockdown on Florida nursing homes and assisted living facilities, thousands of family members desperate to get in are reporting they're still being kept out.
It feels like I'm being punished.
Frustrated, disappointed, anxious.
I don't know if I'll see her alive before this all gets resolved.
What we're getting is no, we're not doing that. No, you're going to have to be 6 feet apart. No, that's not what it rule says. I mean, they're telling us that we don't know what the rules are, what the guidelines are.
While the state's order limits visitation and rules if you're a compassionate caregiver, essential caregiver, or general visitor, Daniel, a member of the governor's task force that helped develop them, says she's getting so many calls and messages, she recently posted this video on Facebook explaining to families how to fight back.
It's incredibly important that we know more than they know.
Daniel asking families to fill out a survey she created on what they're being told. The results she plans to share with the governor and the state's Agency for Healthcare Administration, which oversees group homes. In a call with facilities last week, its boss recognized time needed to coordinate visiting plans, but warned not to take too much of it.
The expectation is that you are moving forward with a sense of urgency to allow visitation.
In an email, a spokesperson with Florida's Healthcare Association stated members are working towards opening, but visitation shuts down if a facility has one case of COVID in the building. So it's important all the steps are in place to ensure the safety of residents. These daughters just want to see their mom again.
Now I'm just more angry about it.
This woman hug her older sister.
Hug will say to her, she's there again.
And countless others who after 6 months can't take another minute being told to stay away.
There's no reason in the world that people should not be in by the end of this week. There's no reason in the world.
Loved ones should read the governor's final order and the 14-page task force report. That way, if you're turned away for a reason cited incorrectly, you can point that out to the facility. We've posted it all on our website. Katie LeGrone, WSFL TV.
I'm reporter Heather Lee with the latest from the Department of Economic Opportunity. Some unemployed Floridians are telling us they now have to pay the DEO back for overpayment. When Jennifer Austin opened her mailbox Friday, she was greeted with someone else's personal information.
His address, the last for his social, the amount he owes. I mean, it was crazy when I saw it.
2 letters from the DEO inside the same envelope. One that says Austin owes $550 for overpayment. Another telling a stranger he owes the DEO more than $1,400.
You guys are just dispensing money out, not knowing who you're dispensing money to. And then you're putting random people's letters in other people's mailboxes within the actual envelope.
And while Austin's confident she can pay it back, she worries about other folks who are struggling to get by.
That's the main thing. Here's something else. Let's pile on more. Let's pile on more.
And while State Senator Jason Pizzo says there is a reason folks were overpaid.
Go after them later. Please don't expend resources on trying to cop this and play detective on this.
He says at the beginning, applications were being processed in batches, and if one pinged for fraud or ID verification, it would hold up the entire batch. He believes when that process changed, some people were given too much.
If you go to an ATM machine and you ask for $20 and it spits out 20 grand, you don't get to keep it because it's the mistake of the bank, right?
But he says folks are still hurting and barely making ends meet, which is why he says the DEO needs to show leniency.
Let your viewers know, as a former prosecutor who was pretty good in court in a trial, that if people are getting prosecuted for an error made on the state's part, that we'll get a legion of pro bono attorneys to represent.
Senator Pizzo says several questions still remain about folks who were not paid in full or rejected entirely, which he intends to investigate along with other legislators in Tallahassee in the coming months. I'm Heather Lee, WSFL TV.
Here on the Rebound South Florida, we're committed to helping you get back to work. While many businesses were forced to shut down or furlough workers during this pandemic, one nationwide company is looking to hire hundreds of employees. Health Business Solutions is hiring. Headquartered in Cooper City, the medical business consulting firm is looking for over 300 employees to join their team. Ray Berry, CEO of HBS, says the pandemic has accelerated the at-home workforce.
We've become very good over the last 6 months at measuring our employees' productivity. So the change, and the reason I say this is the big change is it has essentially opened up the country for us, where previously we would only hire in Cooper City or in our office in Detroit. We can hire anywhere now if we're going to have people working from home.
Ray says a college degree isn't required. He says the company worked with the state and the federal certification board to create an educational process that allows people who are interested to get certified and become proficient in the field.
We train, educate, certify through a third party our employees, so if they come in with the aptitude that can handle numbers, have some analytical skills, we can create people that do, and we can create a profession essentially. We became licensed as a post-secondary school in the state of Michigan for revenue cycle. Revenue cycle is the term used for the financial portion of a hospital or a healthcare system's business office.
I'm really happy to say that this team that we have here works so well together that we could get through anything.
Tara Fayyad is an executive assistant at HBS. She started working for the company in January and says she's learned so much and continues to learn every day.
We are all about teamwork. And for me, that's really important because it is a small business, but we're beginning to expand. And the customers that we have really depend on us to get through the pandemic as well. So it's good that we can, hire more people and help other people.
Send your application and let us take a look at you. Some of my best people are people who've come to this field with absolutely no experience. They had the right aptitude. They were amenable to the training that we provide. And that's really where I've been very pleased.
Ray says even though their main office is in Cooper City, new employees will most likely be working from home. You can find more information on our website, WSFLTV.com. Just click the Rebound.
If we can screen these children before their eyes mature, they can be treated and prevent visual loss.
Protecting your child's vision. While some families may be putting off eye exams over COVID-19 concerns, doctors say it's more important now than ever not to miss those eye exams. An important warning for parents of college students. The COVID-19 pandemic is making college students more at risk for anxiety and depression. One student shares how she's managing the pressure. Next on the Rebound South Florida.
I'm Sylvia Rayford. September is National Suicide Prevention Month, and a Boca Raton psychologist is warning that the COVID-19 pandemic could make students more at risk for anxiety and depression. I spoke with the student to see how she's coping with the stress. For Alexandra Robbins, it's been 6 months of difficult decisions.
Life is too short already, and you don't want to chance it.
Around a month ago, the 19-year-old delayed her admission to a university in New York and decided to attend a school here in South Florida online.
It was a huge decision, and I think I just kind of had to sit and realize that the unknown exists. That's something I've always had an issue with.
Alexandra says the COVID-19 pandemic made matters worse.
That difficulty deciding, am I going out? Will I wear a mask? And Will my friends wear masks? Will we keep our distance? Where will we go?
Making it easier for feelings of anxiety and depression to creep back in.
I knew that I have to do something. There's a lot of students struggling right now.
Licensed psychologist Dr. Patricia Schutz says college students are one of the most at-risk groups for mental health issues. In April, a survey by Active Minds of more than 2,000 college students revealed 91% say COVID-19 had added greater stress and anxiety.
But this is something that's affecting every single area of our life and every relationship. My hope is that other students can we can raise the awareness that we can all be really checking in on each other.
Sabir Rayford, WSFL TV.
Now more than ever, children need books in their homes. Here at WSFL TV, we're hosting a fundraising campaign. We partnered with the Early Learning Coalition of Broward County and Miami-Dade Head Start to put books in the hands of children in our community who need them the most. In the coming days, we'll show you how both organizations make an impact across the area, and you can too. Your donation will allow kids to get a new book and share it with their family. Just go to WSFLTV.com/giveabook to make a donation. Any amount helps. Just $5 will put a book in the hands of a child in need. Help us create a passion for reading.
Figured if it was something that we can try and if it would work and, we could help other kids, if it does work, why not do it?
So many children are struggling with some type of attention challenge, and being stuck at home during this pandemic can make those challenges even bigger. How a new gaming system could give parents hope. Next. Getting through this with stories to help get back on track as we rebound in South Florida.
Millions of kids across America struggle with attention and focus issues, and being at home with COVID, sometimes those challenges can be a little bit greater. But now there's some new hope for parents in the form of a gaze-driven game system.
You only have 3 more minutes till you're done.
For 9-year-old Joey De Leon, staying on track can be hard.
That is good. A lot of times it's like, Joey, go brush your teeth. Joey, go do your puffer. Go, and it was multiple having to tell him over and over and over.
So when mom Joanne Lopez heard about the Attention Arcade, a new game system to help kids focus, she was immediately interested.
Yay. Figured if it was something that we can try and if it would work and, we could help other kids, if it does work, why not do it? Good job, me.
Joey is part of a beta test group for Brain Leap Technologies, the company that created the game. It comes with that black bar there that attaches to your PC. It tracks a child's eye movements.
You get 750 points.
And allows the child to control the game with his or her eyes.
The eye movement system and the attention system share neural circuitry.
Brain Leap Technologies CEO Jeff Coleman explains the science behind it.
We are leveraging the eye movement system. It's really hard to pin down the attention system, but we leverage the fact that they are connected to train attention through eye movements.
In a new study done at the University of California, San Diego, backed by the National Institutes of Health, Coleman says they saw an average of 55% improvement in inhibitory control. That's the skill you need to not get distracted. And it's working in Joey, too.
I'm good at task initiation, especially when I write things down.
He's gotten better about being more independent and just doing it on his own without having to be asked multiple times. I mean, he still has days where, it's just days, but it's overall much improved.
When my brothers and sisters are playing and they're loud, I don't get this. There's a 50-50 chance that I don't get distracted.
And with Joey and his 2 brothers and sister doing e-learning this school year, Joanne hopes this helps him focus on his own schoolwork.
His grades have been always great when he puts his, effort in, but just he gets sidetracked a lot. And so hopefully this year we will see that has subsided.
With schools starting off the year online, families are depending on food distributions to feed their children. To help with the high need across South Florida, the nonprofit organization Meals on Wheels expanded their Break Spot program.
Every little bit helped.
It's been like a gift from God. It's been a blessing.
Thousands of parents in South Florida have been depending on the Meals on Wheels Break Spot program this summer to feed their kids, and they can continue to do so thanks to the United States Department of Agriculture. Last week, the USDA declared the extension of the program all the way through December 31st to continue providing meals to students.
The schools are doing some food distribution, but there are folks like our summer break spot that don't necessarily have the means to get to a school to pick up meals. So we'll be able to open break spot sites that are closer to them.
Getting these meals has been able to feed everybody. So it's actually been a good help, and the meals are really good.
Over the summer, Meals on Wheels launched over 40 sites in both Broward and Miami-Dade counties.
A lot of families are finding it harder and harder to make ends meet, especially as this pandemic is extending way beyond any period of time that we've all thought it would. So this will really help those families who struggle to keep the lights on and keep the family fed.
Mark says there are 3 ways to find a site near you. Dial 211, text Food FL to 877-877, or head to Summer Break Spot and put in your zip code. For all of this information, or if you'd like to contribute to Meals on Wheels South Florida, there's a link at the top of our website, WSFLTV.com.
Here's what's next on the Rebound South Florida. Protecting your child's vision despite the pandemic. Why it's more important now than ever not to miss those eye exams. You're watching the Rebound South Florida.
Families may be putting off eye exams over COVID-19 concerns, but one mother in Florida says keeping an eye out for warning signs is crucial right now as eye doctors adapt to keep kids safe and rebound after extra time at home. Toddlers tend to fall when they're learning how to walk.
My daughter was 15 months old.
Just like Aaron Miller's daughter, but
She seems to be falling a lot.
so they took her to a free public vision screening put on by the 4 Eye Care Foundation on Florida's East Coast.
She was screened by Dr. Cano, and he gave my mom a printout and said that there were some red flags.
Turns out she's nearsighted in one eye and farsighted in the other, a condition that can lead to permanent damage if not caught early.
If we can screen these children before their eyes mature, they can be treated and prevent visual loss.
Which is why Dr. Cano says you shouldn't put off a visit to the eye doctor because of the pandemic. There are tools available to help keep kids safe.
One of the nice devices that we use, which I happen to have with me, is this device, which we actually can screen. This actually allows us to be over 6 feet away from a child.
Keeping social distance while keeping eyes healthy. Florida Society of Ophthalmology also offers resources for quick and easy at-home vision tests to help parents and guardians whose children might be spending more time at home. Miller's daughter is 2 now and doing just fine with these glasses. So how glad are you that you caught it early?
Incredibly grateful. I am a special educator, so I really understand the importance of early intervention.
A good reason to keep a close eye on your child's vision.
We feel very blessed that we were in the right place at the right time.
Now, right now, fewer than 20% of preschool children are screened for vision problems, according to the Florida Society of Ophthalmology. I'm Channing Frampton, WSFL TV.
There are so many reasons to love South Florida, from the awesome culture to the gorgeous scenery. Every week, we want to hear what you love about the community you live in. Tonight, we leave you with Dan Arkin in Fort Lauderdale.
I was born in Coral Springs and then moved to Fort Lauderdale in high school. I live in Harbor Point, and it's close enough to everything. It's perfect. I think that the general vibe of Fort Lauderdale matches the lifestyle that I want to live. It's not people that are way too serious about everything, like family that live in New York City, but there's enough mixture of fun and play, and it seems like most people and most people's interests are kind of on the same wavelength in Fort Lauderdale. So it's pretty easy to make friends because everybody's kind of in the same path. Everybody's kind of in the same mindset.